Happy greetings, everyone. I'm Crystal Forman, the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based foods and meditation to help you live a healthier, compassionate, and more vibrant life. Today, we are making our winter squash stew. We're going to make our winter squash chickpea and carrot stew using butternut squash, and we have this squash as well. So you can use any winter squash, including acorn squash, for this recipe, and the recipe is on the website. So at my top here getting hot. If you're watching live, say hello, let me know you're here. Watching the replay, let me know that as well. And yeah, so let's get started. So for this recipe, I'm using 1 tablespoon of coconut oil. I'm using unrefined coconut oil, which means that it still has that scent and flavor of coconut. But if you don't like that, you can use refined coconut oil or vegan butter. Hope everyone is doing well. So we're just putting in our coconut oil now, letting that melt. Then we're going to put in 1 medium yellow diced onion. So I've already diced it up for us, so I don't have to cry while cutting. And I see we have Terry here. Hi, Terry. From South Carolina. Awesome. Thank you for watching and joining in and commenting as well. So we're going to put our diced onion in here. And for those who are just joining in, we are making winter squash chickpea and carrot stew. And a lot of the ingredients can be found in a lot of CSA shares and farmers markets, as well as produce boxes that have been distributed over this winter. So some people still have winter squash from even a month ago that's just sitting and they don't know what to do with it. So this is a very hearty recipe to make. Absolutely delicious, and it's not difficult to make. If you don't want to go through the trouble of peeling your acorn squash or butternut squash, you can actually buy it already diced in the produce section. So I have this on medium-high heat right now. We're just going to let our onions get translucent. And then we're going to add in a lot of spices. And that's what's going to make this super flavorful. If you have any questions as we're going along, definitely feel free to ask. And I will be looking over to my right every once in a while, just looking at the computer to see if you have any comments or any questions. Right. So just dicing this up. This is a very beta carotene rich meal. It's very high in vitamin A. You can tell that just from the color of our produce here. So we're using butternut squash and carrots for this. So I'm just using 3 sliced carrots. But then if you slice it, the quicker it'll cook. So if you don't want your stew cooking for like half an hour or so, you can just make the pieces smaller. But if you like a nice chunky hearty soup, make the pieces about 1 inch or so, even the carrot. All right, so that is ready. Into our onions, we're going to add our spices. So we have 1 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt, 1 teaspoon of cumin, and 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. So we'll put that all in with our onions. And then we have 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of oregano, dried oregano leaves, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 1 teaspoon of coriander. I'm just going to put all of that right in. And it already smells awesome. Mix the spices in with our onions. And we're going to add in a couple of cloves of garlic. So I've already peeled the garlic. So this is just clove. I took the skin off. So we're just going to dice up the garlic while that's cooking. Does anyone have any questions? This is actually a dish that you can do in your slow cooker or pressure cooker if you have one. If you do it in the slow cooker and put it on the high setting, it'll take about 4 hours to cook. If you put it on the lower setting, it'll take about 6 hours to cook, 6 to 8 hours to cook. So you can set it and go to work, come back, or even have it overnight. And this actually makes a good breakfast dish. I know people don't think about stew for breakfast, but it does make a great breakfast dish, and you can eat a biscuit or something like that with it as well. We have our garlic in here. We're going to cook for a couple of minutes. And we're going to add to that 48-ounce can of tomatoes, or two 14.5-ounce cans of tomatoes. You can also add in, if you have fresh tomatoes, 3.5 cups. That's about what this is. So we're just going to go in and add this in. We're going to add in 1 can of coconut milk. I'm using full-fat coconut milk, but if you're concerned about the fat content, you can use low-fat coconut milk, or you can use veggie broth instead. Same thing, if you don't want to use coconut oil or any oil at all, you can actually just use some veggie broth to saute the onions, let everything get a little soft. You might have to continue to add just a little broth as you're adding the spices so that it doesn't burn. But if you want to make this an oil-free dish, it's very easy to do as well. Let y'all see this so far. Stir all of that in. If you're just joining, we're making our winter squash, chickpea and carrot stew. We're going to now add in our diced butternut squash and carrots. This is actually one of the other winter squashes as well. Going in here. Put it all in. And you want it to cook for about 20 minutes. And then you can put your chickpeas in if you want. You can put your chickpeas in right now, actually. Depends on how soft your chickpeas are. So if you make them from scratch and you rinse them off, and they're still kind of firm, put them in there. If you're using, some brands of chickpeas are firm and others are very soft. So if you don't want it to get too soft, and you know what type of brand you're using, you can either put it in right away, or you can wait until about 10 minutes before it's done and add in the chickpeas. I have it on high heat now. Once it gets to like a boil, I'm going to turn it down to medium-low heat and let it cook. And I am actually going to go in and add these chickpeas now. So this is about 2 cups of chickpeas, or a can of chickpeas rinsed. This is a nice colorful dish as well. And put the lid on it and let it cook for a little while. Does anyone have any questions? Hi, Miss Ernestine. I hope the weather is doing okay in New York. I know that some bad weather is coming that way again, but I hope everything's going well. Thanks for checking in on YouTube. So for those who don't know, we do have a YouTube channel. You can follow us there, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you will be notified of when we're going live, as well as when we post videos. So we have several videos scheduled to be posted throughout this month. On Mondays for it's National Hot Breakfast Month. And a question I get often is what to eat for breakfast on a plant-based diet. So we have tofu scramble, we have pancakes, we have sweet potato hash, we have several other recipes coming your way as well. Last Monday, we already posted a couple of recipes, so you can check those out. And we'll have some more coming this Monday. This Monday is the sweet potato hash, so definitely check that out. And of course, next Friday, we're keeping with our theme of the winter squash. I was asked to focus on winter squash just because a lot of people really don't know what to do with these. And it's not just decoration, they are beautiful, but you can actually eat these with the skin. So if you don't want to peel it, you don't have to. You can slice it, roast it, make a stew with it, puree it, and make a delicious soup as well. We do have a butternut squash soup recipe on the YouTube channel, so definitely check that out. And I have a link in the comment section, so you can just click on the link for the YouTube, and it's there. The recipe for this is on the website at holistic-wellnessandhealth.com/blog, and this will be one of the more recent recipes listed. All right, so let's see. Oh, it's hot today in New York. It's actually pretty warm here too. So for those who don't know, we're in Maryland, in Baltimore, and it's like 62 degrees. It's really, really nice out today. And it's nice yesterday as well. So if you can get out and enjoy this beautiful weather, get some vitamin D from the sun, definitely do so. Yeah. See, Terry says, after watching the Southwest Tofu Scramble, bought tofu today. Thank you for the recipe. Oh, you're so welcome. So the Southwestern Tofu Scramble is one of my parents' favorites. They love that one. And you can eat it as is. You can also put it in a tortilla, make a breakfast burrito out of it, or you can have it for lunch. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with that recipe once you have it. Another thing you can do is I like to stuff like a lot of stuff in. So you can put the tofu, the Southwestern Tofu Scramble, with some hash browns or the sweet potato hash that's coming up, and stuff that in, and that is so good. So definitely play with the recipes, and if you don't have an ingredient, just substitute. But yeah, I'm glad that you bought some tofu. Let me know how it turns out, and if you have any questions, just tag me in the comment section just to make sure I see it. Because sometimes if the videos go older, I don't always see all of the comments. So you can tag me personally, or you can tag Holistic Wellness and Health, and I should see the comment. Yeah, so awesome. Put this down. So let me show you all the finished product. So I made some earlier, so I'm gonna have a lot of stew. This keeps well in the freezer, keeps well in the fridge as well for about 3 to 4 days. And then you can, if you have a lot, you know you're gonna have a lot left over, put it in the freezer. It'll keep for a couple of months in the freezer, although I don't think it'll last that long. Yeah, but you can, this is a perfect recipe for making batch. Like you can make a huge amount and just have it like for on nights when you just don't feel like cooking. Stick it out of the freezer, let it thaw, and pick it up. We're going to serve this with some artisan flatbread. So I still have some in the oven now. And with these gluten-free brown rice crisps, which are absolutely delicious. Got this from Aldi's. So you can serve it with quinoa. You can serve it however you want, or you can eat it just like this. The chickpeas add a nice amount of protein to this dish, and it makes it very filling as well. So absolutely delicious. You can add more seasonings to this as well. Just play with the recipe and make it your own. So let's see. Let's see any more comments. We're good. So it's good to see you, Ms. Ernestine. And yes, Terry, let me know how that tofu dish works out for you. And I'll put some more like those types of dishes on the website as well. And they're putting more recipes and information on the Instagram channel. So if you're not following there, definitely check that out. And that's instagram.com/holistic wellness and health. YouTube, same thing on youtube.com/holistic wellness and health. All right, so I am going to let this continue to cook so that you all see. It's just, you can stir it every once in a while to make sure everything is good to go. Yes, you can see this. This is going to be a very hearty, delicious stew. And yeah. That's it for me. So if you don't have any other questions while we're live, I'm going to sign off. But if you have any questions, definitely tag me. If you're watching this as a replay, say hello. Let me know that you're watching as well. And I will see you all next time. So Monday, check out at around 5 p.m. We'll have the next hot breakfast recipe. And then I will see you all live next Friday at 5 p.m. Take care, peace, and blessings. 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Take care.